what we're seeing going on in the UK, Europe, America, I'm horrified. I'm actually horrified, because I know if that continues to come here, and it is slightly coming here, I'm encouraged that 60 to 70% of the country opposed what Albo was putting forward and selling with the voice proposal. So I'm encouraged that the people are here, but the forces of darkness, the forces of division and dividing the country, they really want to push this because it empowers them more to take, it's divide and conquer, a classic thing. The reason I brought you guys in, it wasn't an accident. It's because I know every single one of you, and correct me if I'm wrong, voted no in the 2017 same-sex marriage vote, voted against or pushed against the lockdowns, against the mandatory jabs, and you're against the voice. And that's what's really interesting, because it transcends all of the cultural things. It's not ethnic. There's no ethnic, similarities with us. There's clearly, we're all from different sort of parts of the world. And what's crazy about it is we all opposed it. I mean, they were setting up vaccine hubs in the churches and in the mosques during COVID. The places that were locked down in Sydney, at least, they were all the same places that voted no in the LGBT same-sex marriage vote.
Yep.
And yet we had Muslim leaders endorsing the voice. We had Muslim leaders going along with the lockdowns and setting up vaccine hubs.
Correct.
And similarly with the, the Maronite churches in Western Sydney as well. And that's like, okay, that's why I want you guys here. Because we're clearly stuck together that with something that resembles something of the Australian national anthem. I mean, what did you guys have, with all of that, what did you guys think about that?
I mean, in terms of Western Sydney and what's happened, it doesn't make sense to me, especially when the Muslim community always voting left. I just want to tell all the Australians out there, Islam is a conservative to traditional religion. So it doesn't make sense to me how Western Sydney is always voting left. I think it's more, they play on the emotions of Muslims, the whole immigration thing and feeling, foreign policy. But I think first and foremost, Australians should vote based on what's going to benefit us as Australians, our freedoms, our freedom to resist vaccines, all that sort of stuff, We should, I don't want to push the sectarian thing. I think, there's a lot of cultures in Australia, but if we unite just based on religious principles, that would go such a long way. I can tell you as a Muslim that Islam has a lot in common with Christianity, and we actually do not hate Christians or have any ill intent towards them. I think if we get the message out there and create some sort of unity, it will be a big bonus.
Because you don't want Sharia law.
No, I don't.
And that's why I set this whole
Sharia
thing
law.
up.
Sharia law specifically says I have to respect the laws of the country that I live in. I don't want Sharia law. Why would I impose Sharia law as a minority Muslim onto the rest of the population? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I get really annoyed when I see this topic, because there's a lot of people that don't know much about Islam, and they're like, oh yeah, they all think the same. They all want the same thing. And it's like, nah, hang on a sec. There are thousands of denominations of Christianity. And they all want different things and often crazy things. And sometimes we amplify the voices of the Wahhabists or the Islamists, the really hardcore Muslims, and there's a lot of Muslims that have been grandfathered into Australia and a lot of other cultures, and it's like, no, there was something about Australia we like, and we want that to stay.
In God's wisdom, I was born in Australia. I'm a second generation Aussie, so I've got this dual loyalty. I want to benefit Australia for what it is. I want to respect the culture and make Australia as great as it can be. I also have a loyalty towards my religion, but that's back at home. It's got nothing to do with Australia.
Yeah, right.
They're two separate things.
And more to that point, I'm an integrationist in the sense that, when I came here, how do I integrate into the culture? You don't come to a place and want to change it. If you move to a place, it's you value it, and so you want to add to it and integrate into the culture and the country that you come into, and be a benefit to the place that has let you in. I've hitched my wagon to this train, and if I thought it needed to be changed, well, then I shouldn't have come here. So that's that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Our parents escaped war from Lebanon. When my grandfather came in the 50s, he was escaping war in Lebanon and to give his family a better life. And for us to be we know this being second generation Aussies. That's why I'm saying we want the better for this country, better for everyone. We don't want to impose our beliefs on anybody. Our religion actually says not to do that. There's no compulsion in religion. Perfect example.
Well, can I go back to the discussion? I do want to hear Damien and Chris's take on this. Can I ask a really stupid question? So this is going to what was said in that discussion. Australia is a multicultural country.